big moments, kind of creating your own
Yeah,
joy.
or even just noticing.
That's something that helps you stay happy, to notice.
I guess so, but I don't think it's intentional. Like, I get really excited when I see a cat, or like I get really excited because it's sunny, or like I get really excited because there's a cool rock on the ground. Like,
Right.
just like stupid little things. Like,
So in the moment, you're not like, oh, I'm gonna make myself happy.
Yeah.
But it's something like you have reflected on it a bit.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know where it comes from though, because I don't think it doesn't feel like a choice that I made. Like, it just feels like something that, like, part of who I am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elena, you seem to be nodding away at everything she says.
Well, I agree. I mean, I think for me it's just because I don't think I have that in my personality, so I think for me it's kind of recognizing that and trying to kind of, live in the moment and be happy for, because it's a beautiful day outside, or because I just discovered a beautiful garden, or just kind of centering myself and trying to, feel the joy of that, as opposed to kind of, I tend to think about like all the stuff that's gonna happen later during the day. Like, I'm like, oh, I got a beautiful garden, but yeah, I got so much homework. So just kind of like trying to center myself, and I think maybe, learning how to meditate or something like that can help a lot by, helping to be present in the moment, I think.
So it sounds like it's a lot more intentional for you than maybe for
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah.
How about you, Karen? Do you do any of those micro moments?
Yeah, I think I go back and forth. Like, sometimes, like, really simple things make me happy. Like, when I crawl into bed and it's like a little bit cool, and I like put all the blankets on, or when it's like a really sunny day and you like walk out the door in the morning. Little things like that. But like Elena, sometimes I can also have trouble like really really being present in the moment. And I think when I start to like shift to like the past or the future, for me that makes it hard to like stay in that like happy place, because then you're like, yeah, I'm letting like other things come in, or like I need this to be happy, or I was happier like back in this time. And yeah, I think it takes a lot of practice to be really mindful.
Yeah,
Mindful is a good word for sure.
Getting the sense like you have happiness sort of in two places, like that I need this thing, external thing to be happy, and then just, you're talking also about just like your mindfulness and sitting in the moment. And is that a different kind of happy?
The being in the moment? Yeah, I think it can be. Or, yeah, I think, I don't know, this is like feeling inarticulate. I think, yeah, there's like that happiness of like, for me, being in a moment and like really appreciating small things. And then sometimes I also feel like there's a happiness of like, I'm working towards this, so this will make me happy one day. Like things I want, like I think eventually like I want to, start a family, and have kids, like be in a relationship. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll be happier if this is in my life. And then that like pulls me out of those like small moments.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yeah, I think so. I'm getting like a sort of a short-term, long-term happy. Like my family makes me happy, like a general statement, or like, oh, that cat just did something funny.
Yeah, I think, for me, I guess, sometimes there's like two different ones, or like that feeling you get when like you've been working towards something, and then like it finally comes true, can be like really powerful, or like a different type of happiness, I guess, than like, like seeing my cat do something cute.
Kind of depends how much you have invested in. Anybody else have a long-term or a short-term kind of example of what makes you happy?
I can relate to what Kara said about thinking about I will be happier when, but my big challenge to myself lately has been to be happy now. And that's why the other day I said I choose happiness, because I'm like, we've talked about, you know, things that are hopes and things like that. Life never goes as planned, and you can plan it to a T, and it's still gonna somehow look a bit different than you imagine. And I don't wanna be unhappy when I'm getting what I want and it looks slightly different, or what if I don't get what I want, but what I get's better? Right, so I'm just trying to choose to be happy. Like, obviously, you know, if something devastating happened, I wouldn't expect to be like, woohoo, like, that sucked, but I'm like, no, that's just not realistic.
Right.
But to enjoy every part of my life and enjoy that life is a journey. So I don't want to focus on the destinations all the time when I have so much fun in the journey. So I'm trying to be more present. And I'm trying to pull myself out of doing the I'll be happier when, or I will be happy period when, or whatever, right? So.
I just really like that you said that like just being happy with the journey, because like in my life, like I feel like when I'm happy and content with what I already have, then I just do everything like so much better, or just like look at life so much better. Like I'm just able to just be happy in the moment, and then like, yeah, I love it. I just love being in a happy mood, and sometimes I get irritated if I'm not in the happy mood, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I just like,
That
I
makes
just-
sense.
I you get just like upset, to and then be- you're upset I because know. you're upset, and then you're
Yeah.
upset at yourself for being
Exactly.
upset because,
Yeah,
but like, yeah, I like to be happy, and like, I almost like try to avoid situations where I almost try to avoid situations where like, that make me not happy. Yeah.
How do you know when you're not happy?
When I can sense like that my happiness is going to be jeopardized by something. Like, for example, if like someone is going to say something that I might not be happy with, or someone's gonna do something that I might not be happy with, and then I try and like kind of create a situation where I can still kind of keep the level of my happiness and their happiness, but then like manipulating the situation kind of thing. I don't know. Like, it just sounds like I think way too much about situations, but it's just like, I'm just trying to think of something. Let's say if me and my sister get into an argument, or I know she's gonna start arguing with me about something, then what I will do is I will try and either not approach her, so like avoid the conflict totally, which I've explicitly said that I don't like, or I'll just try and like make the situation not seem so bad by stating the reasons why I did what I did, and trying to get her to see it my way. But then now that I'm seeing it, I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of manipulation, which I'm not a fan of. But then it seems like I'm doing. Yeah, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to do a little bit of conflict management
Yeah.
too. That's something that you put in place to sort of protect your happiness?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
So if it's okay with everybody, I'd like to just do another round the circle and maybe explain in a couple of sentences how you know for yourself, like what it looks like in your body or your mood, your day-to-day, what it looks like to be happy or really unhappy, whatever is more of a clear indicator for you. So, whoever's ready. Start. Give you guys a minute or two to think if you need.
Just for clarification, you want both, or whichever one's easier to
Whichever-
describe, or?
Whichever, like, you notice more often. Like, the one that you use as sort of an indicator, or if both, then both is fine.
for me, when like I notice it in my body, is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a feeling in my chest, like I don't know, like a warmth or like an excitement, and like I'm really, really focused on like the present and like really enjoying it. And there's not like a lot of other stuff like going through my head. Like I'm really aware of like, if it's like a beautiful day outside, like I can feel the sun shining, and yeah, just feeling like really comfortable.
Right. You were talking before about like struggling to stay in the moment. It sounds kind of like when you're happy, or happiness is when that comes more easily.
Yeah, and I just feel like there's like like we were kind of saying, like almost like a restful energy to myself.
Right. A bit calm.
Yeah.
You okay?
I identify with that because I think that for me, happiness is when I'm just, in whatever situation, I'm, present and I'm there and I'm not thinking about what's going on somewhere else or anything else that's going on. I'm just like totally focused on what I'm doing or who I'm talking to or who I'm with or whatever. And, yeah, I think just being present is probably the biggest one for me. Which is hard.
It's funny that it's such a struggle, and then in those moments, it's just kind of like,
It's not a struggle.
yeah, you don't think about it for
Yeah.
a little while.
Yeah.
I think when I'm happy too, it's the same idea that I'm more present. And impact is different. Like, I could have a day where somebody could say something to me that other people might be offended by, and when I'm happiest, just rolls over my shoulder. Like I just, there's no impact, or it's a minimized impact versus when I'm more frustrated, when I'm less happy, it might have a stronger impact on me. So happiness almost gives me kind of like a shield that just doesn't have the, I don't know other than impact how to describe it. And I know usually other people can tell because the happier I am, the more I'm singing, so.
I was just gonna say that, like, how I know I'm happy that day is if I'm like singing and humming the whole day, pretty much. And I also know that because people literally like tell me like, oh, you're like singing and humming, that's weird, but like, I was like, whatever. I'll usually wake up and like just start singing, and just like, that's just one way, I guess, that I know that for sure that day is gonna be great, kind of thing, and like just lifts my mood, and I can tell I'm happy, for sure.
Is there like, I'm just curious about what makes you get up and start singing? Like,
I don't know, like if I've had a good sleep, if like I feel like sun really helps,
right.
and not rain. Although I do like rain sometimes, but just, I don't know. Just like, I guess the feeling that today is gonna be a great day, kind of thing. And sometimes like when I don't wake up with that feeling, it usually results from like bad sleep or something happened, or or something that's gonna happen the next day is gonna be like a bit difficult or something like that. So, yeah.
I'm getting a sense that like that happiness like is just, it's really internal, like a feeling that you wake up with, and everything that you described when you were saying like, oh, I might not because of this, or that, I know those were all sort of external things.
Interesting. Yeah. It's kind of like the state that I choose to be, and then everything else. Yeah, because sometimes I do wake up and be like I'm happy, but then this thing is happening, it's like, oh, whatever. So
Like a bit of what Natasha was saying, it's a sort of shield.
I wouldn't call it a shield. I would say more like just something that helps me live with whatever I have, even if it might be good or bad or whatever. Yeah. reactions, and one is like a very like energetic excitement, and that's like, I don't know, it's just like bubbly, I guess, and then the other one is just kind of like a very like restful, like almost like you take the big sigh and you're just like, just so content. And I think I notice when I'm not happy because I get really restless and really unfocused. Just like, yeah, restlessness is a big thing that's tied to unhappiness for me, both that when I'm restless I'm unhappy and when I'm unhappy I'm restless, so.
You've really like kind of glommed together the feeling with the action.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that, like, I don't know. I don't know if I've done it purposely, I think I just, like, when you ask, like, how do you notice when you're unhappy, like, those are definitely the times that, like, I notice that I'm not happy, like, even, like, be it in the moment or be in my situation, like, in general, like, I'm restless, I don't wanna be here anymore, I don't wanna be doing this, I don't, like, I'm not happy with where I am.
So
And I
even
get
like
that really,
restlessness in your mind.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, mine's